All right, we are at Cascade Caverns. From what I understand, they've been open since 1932, I think he said. We go down inside some cavern thing and got to go through a crowded little crouch down space, and yeah, so he said to meet him over at the flagpole, so that's what Lonnie and I are going to do. And there's the old T-Rex. Look at that. We have a T-Rex at the Cascade Caverns. Don't touch him. Rex the dinosaur is a gift from Hollywood Walt Disney Studios. He's essentially the theatrical property of the prop created by the camera crews and producers. Look at that. Do not proceed beyond this point without a guide. Wait here at the start of your time for tour, right? Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints, kill nothing but time at the caverns. And whatever this is, old something. Who knows? Should be fun though.
This is a theater they built back in 1960s. Flood of 2002 came and it took away everything but what you see standing right now. That same flood in 2002 also ruins the brown building behind you. The flood of 2002 was 4 feet up that building for 2 days. They had to take everything out of the gift shop, move it all into the dance hall, which became the gift shop where y'all got your tickets at today. And what we'll find throughout the tour is we have quite the history of flooding messing up all of our stuff. We'll dive into that slowly but surely. Walking down the path, you will see a creek bed over to your right. And while that is one of 2 main sources of our flooding, you can take a deep breath. It's dry today, so no worries, we're heading down below. Across the creek bed's a white stone house that was built in 1951. Last home built on property by the founder of the cavern, a man named Alfred Gray. He discovered our cave system in 1929. We started doing tours in 1932. We're one of the first caverns in the state of Texas to actually offer tours to the general public. Originally, you come to the building over here to my left. This is the first ticket booth they built back in 1931. Only reason the ticket booth has lasted so well over time is this rock it's made out of. It's the same rock that makes the cave. This is called Glenrose limestone. Weirdly enough, this limestone sort of works like a sponge. It can actually soak up and absorb water. Over time, that water will start to get pushed back out, and that's going to end up creating these tiny little holes you see in the limestone now. We're going to see a lot of those weird looking holes when we get down below. As you're walking past the ticket booth though, you're more than welcome to feel this limestone. It's already above the ground, so if you do want to get an idea what it feels like, maybe get it out of your system, you got that shot. Interior antiques all about. The cash register against the back wall. That's the very first one they used from 32 to 37. Sign on the back of that register reads Master Charge, not Master Card. Hadn't got that changed quite yet.
I like it.
As you make your way past the ticket booth today, folks, you can start to look to your left. You'll be seeing the stairs we're heading down here in just a little while. You'll also notice stone walls in the creek bed. These are essentially working as levees, put in after a flood in 76. So that water is going to start heading to us. We're slowing it down the best we can.
Did it flow this way?
Yes, sir.
And that baby was 4 foot up on that building over there.
Yes, sir.
Holy moly.
August 2nd, 2021, halfway underwater.
Wow. As our Canadian friends would say, holy jumping. Wow, that is crazy.
That's 2 of our first friends. Kind of off to the left over here are 2 black birds. Those are black vultures. That is Dave and Anita. Dave and Anita live right above the cave, so they are friends, not foes.
Waiting for somebody to not come out.
That's their big meat and eating plan, yeah. We fed them yesterday. I mean, never mind.
Oh, the smokers.
Right over here is what we call the peep in the deep. This is a 65-foot hole in the ground that goes straight to the cave entrance below. This is actually how the cavern got discovered. In the 20s, when Mr. Gray had moved out here, he was a dairy farmer, bought all this land for his cattle to roam. One day, one of his cows roams a little bit too far and found the cave for him. Mr. Gray goes to get what's left of that cow, finds a cave waiting for him. A few days later, he's at a feed store in town, starts talking about the cave on his property, and one of the guys he's speaking to just got done mapping Carlsbad Caverns out in New Mexico. Let him know, hey, they're making money out west. You can try in central Texas. We opened 3 years later in 32. And back then, this is the way you're going in and out for your tours. Originally, they would take a rope, attach it to Mr. Gray's truck. The other end of that rope is attached to a metal drum. You get in the metal drum, they put the truck in reverse, lower you 65, 2 ends, hop back in, he put the truck in drive, lifted you on out of there. Anita didn't like that. Unfortunately for Mr. Gray, his insurance company didn't like that either. They quickly put a stop to the rope and bucket system and made him build some steps. We'll start to walk on these stairs now, but to give y'all an idea of what they once had to work with, over to your right is going to be one of the original metal drums. They would lower you in and out of the cavern inside.
Oh my God.
So you can take a good look at the bucket on your right, nice look to the steps to your left. Decide for yourself which way looks more enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm opting for these.
At the point you turn down the rope and bucket system, that's when the vultures take off. That's how they know they're missing that again. They call it that because the plant and tree life around us is all washed out this way, every big flood heading for us. Last time this entire area is underwater was that flood in 2002. August 2nd, 2021, halfway underwater for a day and a half. Morning August 2nd, 2021, about 7 million gallons of water went over that dam and walk across later. That ended up sending so much water inside of the cave, I couldn't stand in the last room for about a week following that. All that water over time is also taking effect on the steps in through here. There's this thing they call erosion kicking in. Going up and down today, just take your time. Slow and steady is going to win it. Hold on to the rail if you'd like, grab a bench. I'm not in a rush to get back inside the shop. Don't be in a rush going up and down the steps. We'll make our way a little further in. It is going to start to cool down a little bit. In the first room, it's going to be about 58 degrees. It does warm up as we get further back to about 63. And it's normally about 63 degrees all year round down below. Before we enter the cave today, I encourage you to take a moment and look straight up. That is the peep in the deep. We were just staring down. As you are entering the cave today, you are 65 feet below the surface.
The peep in the deep.
This is where the bucket once dropped you off. We're only about halfway down for the day. Watch your step and watch your head. The ceiling does dip up and down going through this first room. Now, any other cave system you
Twin sisters.
they're probably going to tell you it takes about 100 years for one of these to grow roughly an inch. That's not true down here though. We have such a wet cave system, everything's dripping faster, calcite deposited quicker. Here it only takes about 20 years to grow an inch.
So that close that gap in 20 years?
20 years in inch. So like if this big combo or like anywhere else takes 500, 600 years to connect, down in here though, in only like 100, 120 years, stalactite and stalagmite will stalagmite and form a column like you see right back through here. That does mean if you want to come back in 120 years.
I'll try.
There you go, there you go.
I'll try my best. I'll put it on my calendar.
There you go. Hold on to your tickets, everybody. They get you in for free in 120. So
Yeah.
we'll see if the elevator's done by then. I have doubts.
Right there, those two.
That rock right there looks like a frog. You said use your imagination.
Yeah.
That looks like a frog on the other side. You know, kind of like.
Yeah, it's gonna
Oh yeah.
I like it. That's a new one. I usually get couch.
Couch?
Yeah. that's what
Yeah,
they-
from this side, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, the other side looks more froggy. We saw earlier the debris and stuff. I got one more piece of debris to show you guys. It's a little bit older. This brown thing that's right up above our heads is petrified wood. This is a tree that flew down here in a flood and got stuck. A carbon date of the tree has told us it's about 20,000 years old. One side of it is essentially fossilized directly into the side of the cavern wall. On the other, the calcite from the cave is just slowly overgrowing it. It's already starting to dry out. You can see that shimmer and shine as that calcite's starting to go away. And nowadays, this tree just kind of imagines how to get out of this cave. It's gonna be a long way, bud. I'm real sorry. Welcome to the family, though.
It looks like a crocodile head or something right
Also,
there, or a
I've
bird
seen
head or
them,
something.
yeah, like a bird or something.
The phoenix up here?
No, yeah, like the face looks like a beak.
Tip of that looks like a, yeah, looks like a beak.
Like a beak, and then like he's strapped.
Head of an alligator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Y'all have like the best imaginations I've had down here in a long time.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's kind of refreshing.
Gives you all sorts of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Watch your head.
Watch your head.
You guys are great.
No, that's true.
This is awesome. I like it. There's them little alien eggs right there.
Yep.
Then they're getting silvery color. We want to get away from them. That's not good. But we have the little bats to protect us.
Yep. I don't think they're much help.
No, we have one guard the door for us. I'll introduce him to you on the way out.
Look at that back in there.
It's really nice.
Keep watching those heads around this corner. More low hangings.
You just about got your head.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all right.
at least it would have been caught on video, right?
Yeah, right?
The plus size.
You guys could pick up the camera and say, look at what this look at this bozo did.
It's all for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, way cool.
Oh look, I found another guy.
A little bat up there.
Yeah, another Bruce.
Another Bruce? Oops, sorry.
So sometimes if there's little kids on tours and they're scared of bats, to make them not scared, I name them. Yeah. So actually, I know this is getting confusing. This isn't Bruce. This is Bo. There's going to be 3 others not named Bruce a little later on. But yeah, that's Bo.
You just said.
I know. I keep forgetting I made a promise to that little girl. And I do now like to welcome you to what we call the raining room. It's called that because these little formations above us keep dripping all over the place.
I haven't got any cave kisses yet.
Stand right there.
Yeah, I've got dripped on.
Yeah, there you go.
You'll get it there, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. So these are called in the caving world. There you go, just hitting you.
Right on the face. Come on.
There you go. There you go. Let that good luck hit you.
Or maybe one more. Come on.
I'm telling you, you guys stand right there. In the caving world, they call them tubular stalactites. Cave tour guiding world, we call them soda
Yes, I
straws. In our cave, they're all sort of different sizes. They don't last very long. Floodwaters and tall people come through, break them off the ceiling, they're gonna start growing again. As it sounds like we're aware, usually the drops of water from up above and they hit you. That is a cave kiss. Supposed to be good luck for a year, and they do add up. So let's just keep on getting those drops as we're making our way throughout the tour today. There you go. I know for me, I get a lot of my cave kisses inside here in our crouching section. A word of advice from my experience, heading through here, if you get a cave kiss, like right on the back of your neck, it's not worth jumping up about.
Yeah.
Real to your right if you want to use it, folks. We'll crouch and make our way.
Here we get your picture. So this is Stingray in the dark
Yeah, it gets darker, don't
and upstairs.
Oh,
Oh.
there's another one.
Yeah.
Is there another Bruce Jr. or?
No, this isn't a
Well-
Bruce either. This is Elizabeth.
Okay.
They got really weird with the names. I apologize for all that. It's honestly made my life way more difficult. I used to just say it makes my life easy as a joke. Remembering what these bats' names are in different locations gets pretty confusing.
Yeah.
All right, a couple things we'll talk about. I'm gonna start with this very, very important formation over here to my right. The reason that this formation is so important to Cascade Caverns history is because in doing tours for such a long time, you really realize whenever you tell somebody not to touch anything inside of a cave, there's this voice in the back of your head talking to you the entire time where you want to know, so you gotta know. And that's why this is your get out of jail free card. This is the one rock and the only rock. You can touch wherever you want. In fact, I want you to touch this rock and only this rock so much. Cave water is on top and cave water is down low. So you can feel that cave water. Make the voice in the back of your head be quiet for a little while.
Okay, we gotta do it. And he won't shoot me because he said I could. Oh, look at that.
That's a trick. You're going to jail, yeah.
Watch out for the snake in the water.
After you feel the touching stone, take a look above your head. You'll start to make your way through a soda straw rainforest.
Oh, wow.
Cave kiss capital of Cascade Caverns, I like to call it, if my tongue can twist that way.
It's just way cool.
Oh. Looks like a bunch of.
This is just way cool.
I'm telling you, I can't.
That is fascinating.
Just hundreds and hundreds of soda straws trying to dripping down. They almost create another one as a layering effect.
Yeah.
As we make our way to the next hallway, folks, just pay attention to where your head is going as you're looking around. There's going to be more low-hanging formations. Friends don't let friends bump heads. Be careful.
Look at all the diamonds.
Yep.
One of these days I'm going to be rich.
Oh, that's a cool picture.
Making our way through this hallway, folks, we are 80, 90 feet below the surface heading into our next room.
Really?
And just keep watching where that head is going. There will be a few more low-hanging formations up ahead. After that, we'll get easier walking room for a little while. Got another Bruce.
Oh, right there.
Picked a really terrible spot to hang out. He's been here for almost a month and a half now. 3 small children have walked right underneath him, not realizing he was there. Just watch those head, folks.
This reminds me of in the movie Alien.
Yeah.
All the hanging down
Yeah.
bulbs of bad guys. They start bubbling and getting see-through. I'm leaving.
That only happens after 6 o'clock.
Oh, perfect. Then we're
Let's go
good.
on to 3 o'clock.
Oh, wow, look at those 3.
Yeah.
It's like out of the blue.
This is the first cave that I've ever given this flashlight.
Unbelievable.
This is the first cave that we've ever gotten a flashlight.
Yeah, well,
Oh, goodness.
this is way cool.
It's like very big, big, you got it.
Oh, yeah. Remember what I was saying about aliens, you know?
Yeah.
See that over there? There he is, sticking his head out.
Alien?
Yeah.
I can't talk about it too much. It's my paperwork. We'll take a look at these weird kind of looking formations. These technically would be cave bacon a little bit lower. Hanging off the wall, caving term-wise, they're gonna call them drapery formations if they hang loose. Curtains if they connect down to the end. First people who ever got far in a cave though, they didn't see drapes, they didn't see curtains. What they saw was drying tobacco leaves.
Oh, yeah.
So about like 30 years roughly, they called this the tobacco room.
Yep.
Tours and time pass, and just like we realized everybody needs to touch something, everybody sees something a little different looking at these. Nowadays we call this the imagination room. Personally, I always see Davy Jones' beard hanging from the wall. A little bit of the Predator too, now that we're talking about the alien.
Right on,
So,
brother. Yeah.
look around the room, imagine whatever you can. There's no wrong answers in here. To prove that, a couple weeks ago, somebody pointed out this formation to me, and while I think it looks like a beehive, they thought it looked like a rock. No wrong answers in the imagination room. Look through as you walk through, imagine whatever you can. And as we make our way around the corner, folks, we'll see another fossil sticking out of the wall in just a little bit.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That looks like a tree stump right there. You know? Oh, God.
So I always have to stand right underneath it to turn on these lights.
Yeah.
So this is called my worst nightmare.
No doubt. I can see it too.
For some reason, my boss doesn't like that.
Didn't like that. I think it's wonderful.
So we have this little thing sticking out of the wall right up here. This is actually a mastodon shin bone. A mastodon, if you don't know, is kind of like a saber-toothed tiger the size of a woolly mammoth. This is just the shin bone, and this goes about 4 feet, heading into the wall going that way. You know that? Because after this was uncovered after a flood in the 80s, for one thing, it had been so well preserved in the limestone and calcite, there was still little tufts of fur attached at first. They were able to take that fur to a laboratory at Texas A&M. They confirm it's a mastodon. They come back with these X-ray scanners. It'll shoot X-rays about 6 feet through the solid rock. They begin to take a lot of scans of all this area, the wall behind it. They ended up realizing if they ever were able to dig in and excavate this area, they could probably pull about 50% of that skeleton out, maybe more, try to start putting the whole thing back together. The issue is, before we can plan our Jurassic Park, we're not even allowed to legally touch this cave, let alone dig in, pull bones out. We're having to wait for time and nature to hopefully push those fossils out for us. Not something I'd really recommend holding your breath on at this point. We'll head lower down for now. You're welcome to go on your path. Do recommend the handrail, whichever route you choose. Above us are my favorite formations. I like to call them cave crop circles. The technical term is solution dome. And these all get created when the cave is really getting flooded. When all the water starts to rush inside, the pressure behind it will make it start to spin, slowly begins creating a whirlpool. And as the whirlpool gains speed and size, the floodwaters are rising up. Forces the whirlpools up, they'll get stuck in one spot, spin and spin, leaving nothing behind but these great big domes. The very first solution dome that we all saw today was actually the Peep in the Deep. 65-foot hole in the ground we were staring through at the start was underground just like these. Eventually, water popped its way straight to the surface. Thankfully, there is about 50 feet of rock separating these from the top, so these aren't going away soon, which is great. It makes me feel a little safer. What freaks me out is that brown color you see lighting the ceiling up there. That's all mud from the flood of 2002. 20 years back, that's how much water is standing, where we're standing right now. And we're gonna see how up the floodwaters got. We were here about 17 months ago. We're gonna see 96 more of these domes. Making our way inside of our last room. Heading down inside here, make sure to use the handrail to your right, because it's get a little bit slippery.
All them domes.
All right, so this is the largest room on our tour today. This room is called the Cathedral Room. They gave it the name Cathedral Room at first because the first explorers looking up see the fault traveling the center of the ceiling. They also notice that there's this line running right through it. To them, they thought it made it look like a giant cross hanging from the ceiling above. Mixed in with the echoes, the acoustics, they named this the Cathedral Room, and that name's lasted us ever since.
Oh, yeah, there's your stovepipe piano right up there at the end.
Yeah, right? It's like the little altar and stuff.
Little pipes and everything. What the heck?
The water's kind of looking up. You can see the shadow of my finger sort of waving around that dark brown spotted line. This is the flood line from August 1st, 2021. 17 months ago, that's how much water was standing, or we're standing right now. We are at our lowest point. We're about 135 below.
How much water you said?
There's about 7 million gallons of water that hit us the night of the second, or morning of the second, technically. You guys are more than welcome at this time. Take us some time and look around. Check out either path in here. If you have any questions or want pictures, I'm happy to help.
Oh, you should get a picture down here. Get a selfie here too. Yeah, on our cave tour. Awesome. This is really cool. I want to get a look at this hole in the ground over here. So there's a hole at the end of this ladder. Not sure what it is. And they call this the cathedral room. Well, there's your stovepipe piano up in the balcony, and there's your pastor's table. And a fall and a big hole. Wonder if that's man-made or what. That's amazing.